Hello, welcome back. This is Coinpig. So today, the Change Checker website has released a blog post with an update to their scarcity index. So I thought we'd take a quick look, see what's changed, if anything. I also want to mention I have a giveaway. Well, actually I have 5 giveaways going at the moment. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that. I'll put a link in the description to all 5 of the giveaways. And all you need to do is subscribe, like, and comment, and hopefully you'll be a winner. So good luck with that. Don't forget also my Instagram and, well, Twitter you can ignore, I suppose, because nobody bothers with that anymore. But Instagram keeps you up to date, and there's extra bits and pieces from time to time I put up on that. And let's get into this scarcity index thing then, shall we? So yeah, the Change Checker website updated this morning, I suppose it was, the scarcity index. Now that covers the A to Z 10p's, the 50p's, and the £2 coins. So we'll start with the A to Z 10p scarcity index. Now, I'm not 100% in on this scarcity index, to be fair. It's one of those things where, oh yeah, I can take it or leave it. It's one of those things where we know in 2018, for instance, all the coins had the same mintage. So it's down, mostly down anyway, to desirability and collectability. And there's a bit of ambiguity, I suppose, with that, because it depends on fashion and the latest headline news and stuff as to what is in fashion at the time. But we'll have a look anyway. So not a lot has changed at the top. We've still got T and Yeoman Warder at the top. NHS and World Wide Web has switched places basically, but they both have a scarcity index of 72, and Zebra Crossing, Jubilee and Robin all the same as well. Then we get into some movements, and Macintosh, not sure why, but it's a massive increase, the biggest increase I think on any of the coins this time, up 12 places. Union Jack, technically Union Flag I think, but the Union Jack up 10 places. King Arthur, a bit further down, up 11 places. But we had a lot of fallers at the bottom end there as well, with Houses of Parliament down 16. I wonder why that was. I'm not getting political, I'm just saying, I wonder why. Fish and Chips, down 16 places. Villages, down 10. I'm not sure why, really, on those. Why so significant a drop. Bond, surprisingly, only went up 1 place. I'd have thought that would have been much higher, but perhaps because the film has been delayed until next year, that might show up next year, I don't know. We also got King Arthur, for some reason. He's in favour at the moment, he's gone up 11 places. But obviously no more new coins coming out this year, and there won't be any, I don't suppose, next year either. So the A to Z is probably fixed in aspect. Well, no, perhaps not in aspect, but it's fairly static overall. The numbers don't really matter. However, it doesn't distinguish between 2018 coins and 2019 coins, and I think you want to be watching out for 2019 coins. That's all I'm going to say. Right, so let's have a look at, well, we won't do the 50p yet, we'll do the scarcity index for the £2 coins. Now these are out on the 3rd of November, so all the information relates to that date, I believe, and so it's this month basically, just about a week ago, and not a lot's happening with £2. Let's be fair. The Royal Mint did announce that they weren't probably going to be releasing £2 coins for at least a decade, and bearing in mind they haven't actually released any new coins since 2016, so I don't know whether that means that there won't be any ever or what, but the number of new designs pretty limited. In fact, it's so limited there are none. But the ones that there are out there, Commonwealth Games Northern Ireland, still number 1 by quite a margin actually. Then we got England, Scotland, and surprisingly the Olympic handover. Not Commonwealth Games Wales. That actually fell a place. So I don't know whether it's because Wales doesn't care about their coins. I'm just asking the question, that's all. Or what it is. But Wales is the second least common of the Commonwealth Games, if you like, and yet it's only number 5 on the list. So not sure why that would be. Olympic handover and the Olympic centenary, oh, by the way, I always get confused. They're both in there, both at one place, so it's not a massive change as predicted, really. Mary Rose. Now that is one that I do find hard to, I do find difficult to find. I'm not sure. King James Bible's down 3. It is more common recently, I've noticed, in some of my hunts. As is, by the way, First World War Navy from 2015. That is the most common, in my experience, of any of the coins above face value. I have quite a few of those. The others, not really much change, but I do want to point out Shakespeare's histories. We've been finding a ton of those. Hasn't really changed the position on the scarcity index for the £2 coins. It's still down the bottom near technology, and it's probably not going to change much. And to be honest, I'm surprised that the values of Shakespeare history hasn't changed really. Now it may have done since this has come out, and since all the information about the new coins going into circulation, or the stockpile of old coins, I should say, going into circulation for the Shakespeare's histories came out. And I don't know, it's going to affect the value overall. What has moved quite significantly is just Shakespeare's tragedies, down 11 places, as you can see. I don't know why tragedies has dropped so much. Histories obviously was already at 1, so it was hardly going to change a great deal. I think that was overdone on the last one, to be honest. There have been some tragedies going into circulation as well, but I don't think anywhere near as many as the histories. And also the Great Fire of London, but that hasn't changed. That's still up here at 25 on the scarcity index. Hasn't changed a great deal. Robert Burns below Great Fire of London. I find that hard to believe, but who knows. And Shakespeare's comedies, which has dropped but 1 place, I suppose. But you know, it's one of those coins that I don't find very many of at all, to be honest. And certainly to be near DNA, I find that's weird that DNA and Shakespeare comedies are in the same, because I find quite a lot of DNAs. Now, these are all regional and they vary quite a lot around the country. So, you know, it depends. It's an average, I suppose. The Change Checker does cover the whole country, so it will vary depending on where you are. So not a great deal of change in a £2 coin list, really. And finally, let's go back to the 50p. Now I might have to blow this up. Kew Gardens. That's still number 1, of course. And by still a fair margin there. But it's being caught by a couple, I think. Triathlon in particular seems to have gone up a couple of slots this time. Still not as high as Judo. Judo's the most difficult to find besides the Kew, apparently. And Taekwondo is the highest climber, I think, in this list, going up 11 places with a scarcity index of 55. That is quite a surprise that it should go up quite as much in one go. Weightlifting, another one that's gone up to 35. Not sure why that one's so high, because it isn't that difficult to find a weightlifting, or at least it wasn't. I'm not finding very many Olympic coins at the moment at all, but that's not because they're not out there, it's because I'm not getting new coins, but that's a different story. Jemima Puddle Duck, one of the favourites, of course, and also links back to my giveaways, which I will put a link in the video below. And Isaac Newton down 2 as well. Now, the surprise here is that Wheelchair Rugby has dropped 15 places. 29 on the scarcity index, but obviously 15 place drop in one quarter is quite a big drop. Not sure why that's dropped so much either. We haven't got any of the new coins, well, I say any, either of the new coins in this scarcity index. Obviously the diversity coin only just went into circulation, so that wouldn't be found very often at all yet. And the Brexit coin, which was from earlier in the year, that also isn't in the list. It would come up as a new entry. But I think that's because they generally don't put the current year's releases in the scarcity index until the following year, once it's had time to bed in a bit, basically. So that's it. Britannia, that's also a big drop as well, but you know, it's one of the most common coins out there. Now, I'm not sure which one they mean. I think I mean the 2008, but Kew Gardens is the most sought after, certainly. But of all the coins, all the 50p coins out there, some of the best ones are actually, at the moment, in my opinion anyway, are the 2018 Peter Rabbit and the Flopsy Bunny from 2018, because they had such low mintage figures, 1.4 million each, which is even below Jemima Puddle Duck and Sir Isaac Newton. So the Olympics are always going to be second best to Kew Gardens, of course, but the Olympics still have the appeal. They have the lasting appeal. And obviously this year was going to be an Olympic year. It turns out it's not going to be an Olympic year. It hasn't been an Olympic year, not until next year at least. And we'll see what happens with those over time. So that was a quick look at the scarcity indexes for the 50p, the £2 and the 10p from Change Checker. I'll put a link so you can look at them in detail. Hopefully there'll be some more coins coming soon that you'll see in the next one. I should point out before we close, as you see, there's the information from Change Checker themselves, and it does say it's been information compiled using data from Change Checker Swap Center and presented in the easiest to use indexes below. So there is a limited set of data that they use. In other words, it's not mintage figures that make it desirable, or the scarcity index figure desirable. Although obviously overall the mintage figure, the availability and the desirability are something that appeals or makes the coin appeal to collectors. That's it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to take part in my giveaways as well. Again, I keep mentioning them, but you know, if you want to win, I mean, don't forget my 10p. It's a silver coin. So that's the first time I've given away a silver coin in that way. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will be back next time with more coins. Dope.